Shalom, shalom. I'd like to welcome everyone to KJBU here in Charlotte, North Carolina, SLT. And tonight we're going to be touching on skin for skin, the proven way in. Skin for skin, the proven way in. See, when everything is on the line, your faith, your desire, your righteousness, your virtue, your integrity, are you going to be able to hold up? Are you going to be able to walk through the fiery trials that are set before you? See, this journey is set with trials, which is fire. Marking the purification. Mark the purifying afflictions. And tribulations, which will include everything of this world, even false doctrine. Ahead that we must weed through, we must go through and walk through this narrow path. See, when the heart is on the line, see, he's not concerned about saving your flesh. So why do we continue to hold to it? Why do we continue to stay with it? Why do we continue to cleave to it, to join to it? To let it dictate our outcome in everything. We got to let it go. And we're going to be proven. With all you have, skin for skin, when everything is on the line. What is going to be your outcome? What is going to be what you want it to be in the outcome? That's the direction you're going to go. That's what you're going to hold to. See, the heart, the inner man must be proven to see what is it that you're really made of. Are you or have you made the transition from carnal ways to spiritual ways? Have we made that transition yet? Psalms 26:2 gonna say this. He said, examine me, O Spirit of God. And prove me. Full thought. Try my reins and my heart. You think he won't? He got to know what he has. Let's go up to verse 1. Because I brought it out. Judge me, teach me, O Spirit of God, for I have walked in my integrity. I have trusted also in the Spirit of God. Therefore, I shall what? Shall not slide. Many of us continue to slide according to the ways of this world. Many of us are continuing to slide down into the pits. And we're headed for hell. Hell has enlarged itself. It's making room for anyone that wants to go by the way of the flesh. That wants to go to and hold to their own ways and knowledge and understanding. That wants to cleave and hold to their own desires. Second Esdras 7:12 says this. He said, then were the interests thereof. of this world. Let me read. So pick me up in 2 Esdras chapter 7, verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow. Everyone in this world is not going to make it. Full of sorrow and travail. Now he's going to clarify. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. This presents the vision that portrays the life and the journey through this perilous world filled with snares, traps, everything that has before you, before your flesh. Presenting these spiritual challenges and trials that we're going to run into. And it serves as an important purpose, testing our faithfulness, our integrity, our loyalness, our spiritual bond, our spiritual relationship with the Father, teaching us while shaping true followers of Christ, our character and strength, and depending on Him to give us the strength to go through it. This helps us to reason why we are seeking this spiritual agreement with Jehovah. This becomes very critical, and one of the reasons to gain wisdom is where we got to go to help us to walk in this journey that we have set before us. So if we're seeking this spiritual relationship with Christ, with Jehovah, are we not supposed to be in agreement with Him? Do we not need His help as we go through this? It says, how can two walk together except they agree? Are you in agreement with Christ? So if you are to walk with Christ and Christ is going to walk with you, to be your help, your assistance, your comforter on the same path in agreement with Him as we go through these tests and these trials and these challenges of this life on this journey. Then why do we continue to go to the unclean thing? Why do we continue to join ourselves to different doctrines, different teachings, different spirits? Because skin for skin, when it's on the line, He got to prove who you are. Everyone's saying they're Israel, but are you? 2 Corinthians 6 and 16. And what agreement have the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of God. Full thought. As God has said, I will dwell in them and walk with them. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing. One key we cannot forget, we cannot continue to overlook. Touch not the unclean thing. What is fleshly, what is carnal, what is sin, what is evil, what is defiled. And I will receive you, and I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, said the Lord Almighty. So we have to unravel this. We must look at it and gain this true spiritual insight, some understanding that we will have tests and trials, evils, spiritual challenges, uncleanliness, defiledness that we will run into. This is why we need Him on this walk. This is why we need Him on this journey. But we got to be in agreement with him. He's going to be your help. So when we are confronted with sin, when we're confronted with evil, when we are confronted with these things of this world, what is unclean, defiled, this is a means to guide us toward righteousness, toward holiness. This should mold us, should frame us in being capable of making the correct choices in obedience in his divine nature. Because we know we're on this journey. And this pathway is holy. It's separated. You can't get caught up in the influences of this world or in this life. It says, and the highways shall be there, and the way, it shall be called the way of holiness. The way of holiness. Full thought. Full thought. Let's go to Exodus. Exodus 6 and 3. Exodus 6 and 3. And I appeared unto Abraham and unto Isaac and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty, but by my way, Jehovah, I was not known unto them. So this way of holiness, the unclean shall not pass over it. So he said what? Touch not the unclean thing. Full thought, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men. Though fools shall not enter therein. To live according to this world is the pursuit of fleshly desires. And you're going to ignore Jehovah's commandments? Jehovah, you're going to ignore his commandments? You're going to just cast them aside? Let me show you this in Genesis chapter 2, verse 9. And it says, and out of the ground made the Spirit of God to grow every tree that is pleasant in the sight and good for food. And the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So does it not say God did not create the tree of good and evil? There are two types of trees. These trees were not placed there to what? To ensnare humanity, but to rather to grant gifts of choice. We have the choice. Choose life or death. Let's go to Deuteronomy. I was going to quote it, but let me show it to you. Deuteronomy 30. Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. I have set before you life and death, blessing, wisdom is given, and cursing. Therefore choose life that both thou and thy seed may live. So we must trust in the agency of freedom of choice. By choosing against evil, by choosing against sin, in favor of good, in favor of righteousness, in favor of holiness. This demonstrates the sincere trust and love rather than what? A compliance that is given under pressure. So evil manifests in our world. Evil manifests in our world, this world that you can carnally see as a fiery furnace where it what? Reveals one's heart. He has to try your heart. He has to try and see what you made of. Let me show you this in Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. He said, "Hear, O Israel." Are you Israel? You want to say you Israel? Hear, O Israel. We're going to know. We're going to find out skin for skin who you really are. The Spirit of our God is one Lord, not a Trinity, not Jesus is God and then there's God. See, when they teach that doctrine, they're saying it's two gods. Jesus is God and God is God. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And including thou shalt love the Spirit of thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. This refers not merely to an emotional affection. Too many times we're caught up in carnality. We're caught up in Christian religion that we've been taught that we still haven't left in the pool. This is not an emotional affection as you would have for your wife or for your husband, but the totality of one's inner being, deeply rooted, grounded, foundationally set in one conscious and subconscious mind. What? And it's focused on all his desires, his purposes are aligned in agreement. I brought that out. In agreement with God's will. How can two walk together except they agree? Are you in agreement? Are all your desires, your purpose, your focus? Are you deeply rooted, consciously and subconsciously in Jehovah? And all these words, it says, with all thy heart, and these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart. So this evil, the uncleanliness, when it was created from the beginning to give us the opportunity to choose, to make the right choice. Let's go to Sirach 39 and 5. 39 and 25. Sirach 39 and 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning. So evil things, what? For sinners. For sinners. He didn't say he made two different types of things. They are the same thing, identical. We must discern with the heart. That's the purpose of walking together in agreement with Christ. That's the purpose of the skin for skin, the proven way that you're going to be faced with when you're going through these tests and these trials. We have to understand that when we are in agreement with Christ, that's that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding, that discernment within our heart. If your heart is going to follow after him. Remember, it's not an emotional affection. It's the totality of one's inner being, deeply rooted, founded in foundation in one's conscious and subconscious mind, where we're going to do all his desires, his purposes. We are in alignment. We are in agreement with Jehovah. Because the tests and trials are going to come. James 1 and 2. My brother, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations full of thought. Letting us know. It's telling us about the trials and the tribulation that often streamline from evil or uncleanliness that serves to refine our faith. And also in that refinement, it should strengthen you in your faith. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith work is patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. This is why many are led up by the devil to be tempted. This is fostering spiritual endurance without evil present. It would be difficult to truly comprehend or to appreciate perseverance as a what? As a virtue within us, as that integrity within us. Let me prove my point. Let me prove my point. See, you think that he didn't go through nothing? You think Yahushua didn't go through anything? Here it is right here. And then he suffered him. And what? Jesus, when he was baptized, when he was condemned, went straightway out the water. And lo, the heavens opened up unto him and saw what? Saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove, lightning upon him. Lo, the voice from heaven saying that this is my beloved servant in whom I am well pleased. Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then Jesus was led up of the Spirit into the wilderness. Are we not in the wilderness? To be tempted of the devil. This is why we're led up to be tempted by the devil. Because we have to be proven. We have to be tried. In this fostering endurance without evil's presence. It will what? It will be difficult to truly comprehend or to appreciate true spiritual perseverance as a virtue with us. Without evil's presence. Without Satan testing you and trying you. If you're not going through anything, he already got you. He already got you if you're not going through nothing. Let me show you. We gotta take it stuff further. We gotta take it stuff further. Let's go to Job 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Job 2 and 4. He said this. And Satan answered the Spirit of God and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man, as man or woman, have, he would give for his life. All that you have, you would give for your life. You got to be proven. Skin for skin. Skin for skin. You got to be proven. I got to see what you about. I got to see, are you about that life? Are you about the holiness life? Are you about the righteousness life? Are you about the obedience life? Matthew 16. Since we're already in Matthew, let's go to chapter 16. 16 to 26. Start at verse 20. Start there. Verse 24. And Jesus said unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross, his suffering unto death, and follow me. We got to be in agreement with Christ. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life for my sake, for my way, for my name, shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Skin for skin will a man give for his life. We're still in Job 2 and 9. We're going to go down to verse 9. Job 2 and 9. Then his wife said unto him, thou didst retain thy integrity? Curse God and die. Your integrity, your righteousness, your uprightness, your virtue, your faithfulness, curse God and die. Everything you're going through, Job. Many of us have a spirit. We have a wife like this. We're not married to Christ. We got another wife. We got another wife, another spirit telling us you're going to retain your integrity. You're going to lose the whole world to gain your soul. Curse God and die. That's why you haven't denied yourself. Many of us have another wife. We're not married unto Christ. We're still married to the world. We're still married to the flesh. Skin for skin. We're still joined to the skin. We're still joined to the flesh. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish woman speaking. What? Question mark. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? Job remained steadfast in this whole point of the matter, not wavering, not being tossed to and fro. Sometimes your family can come with another solution that is opposite of what God has for you. Now you're wavering. You're wavering on this. You're wavering on that. You're being tossed to and fro, telling you there's another way to get out of this situation. There's only one way to get out of your test and trials. That is to go through it with Jehovah. Stop wavering in your decisions. Remain steadfast, loyal to your God. Your cross, your suffering, full of sorrows, your painful ways. As we have to go through this journey, your cross will prove who you are, who you really are. Are you of the spirit or are you of the flesh? Are you of the light or are you of the darkness? Are you of evil or are you of good? Are you of unrighteousness or are you of righteousness? Are you of cleanliness or uncleanliness? Are you willing to do your part of Jehovah's plan? And many times, these sorrows, these suffering, these painful ways could come in various forms. It can serve as a cry for divine intervention. That's what Job was waiting on. By him holding his integrity, by him standing 10 toes down in foundational principles and understanding that I'm not going to give up my integrity. I'm not going to waver. Divine intervention is going to come. And it's something that you and I both need. We need his help. We need his guidance. We need his strength. But you have to kill off the flesh. You can't allow the flesh to fight for you. You got to let Jehovah fight for you. Skin for skin. Flesh has fight in itself. It will try to find its way back. Many of us have looked back. Many of us have resurrected the flesh. If you said you killed it, why are we trying to resurrect the flesh? Why are you trying to bring it back in your life? Matthew 20 and 19. Let me show you this in Matthew 20 and 19. It says, they shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock and to scourge and to crucify him. And on the third day he shall rise again. They will mock you. They will scourge you. The way they talk about you, the way they ridicule you. They're putting you through these tests and these trials. They punish you by the way you look, the way you carry yourself, with the way they look, the way they snarl at you, the way, oh, he don't celebrate Christmas, or she don't celebrate Easter. Oh, it's the Sabbath day. You won't come over and have these baby back ribs with me? The way they talk about you, the way they treat you. See, we must be patient and steadfast. We must believe in what I just preached about, in the hope, the desired expectation, and the promise and the coming from God that I just taught on, that he's going to be there for you when you believe in him, when you hold to him, when you cleave to him. His promise has never failed. But when you're going through everything, when it looks like the end is near, hold on. Hold on to your integrity. Hold on to it. Because Satan is coming, skin for skin. He's coming to get you. He's coming to sift you as wheat. But you got to hold on. You got to endure. He that endureth to the end shall be saved. Let's go to Matthew. Let me show you this in Matthew. Show you another example. That skin for skin. When that cross, skin for skin. Matthew 27. Pick me up at verse 46. We're going to take it down to 46. Something I want to relate. Something I want to get out. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice saying, Eli, Eli, lima sabachthani. I might have messed that up, but you get the point. That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? He hasn't forsaken you. You got to be patient. You got to remain steadfast. You have to hold your integrity through every test, fiery trial, temptation, whatever it is that's going to come. That's why you're waiting. That's why we must believe in the hope, the desired expectation, and the promise coming from God. You can't allow the flesh to overtake you. You cannot lose your soul salvation for any promised thing of this life, of this world. Our promise, our hope is in the next life to come. Isaiah 54:7. That's why I went there. He said, for a small moment I have forsaken thee, but with grateful mercies I will gather thee. Because he's not the God of flesh. He's the God of spirit. First Peter 1:7. First Peter 1:7 going to say this. He's going to say that the trial of your faith being much more precious than gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of what? Jesus Christ. Did you know as we are living from day to day, as we're living day to day, from the time you were born, the trial of your faith was always up for grabs. But you're at a place now. You are at a strong foundational place now that you're not going to allow Satan to take it. Remember, the thief coming to kill, steal, and to destroy. To steal, kill, and to destroy. It's nothing else. It's a trial of your faith. Who are you going to trust in? Who are you going to believe in? Are you going to trust on what you see? Or are you going to trust in what you hope for. Let me go back and look to it. Maybe somebody didn't click the video. But I understand you might be busy or whatever. But let me give you a refresher course. Romans chapter 8, verse 24. For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for it? There's that patience. There's that patience. But providing we hope for it, we see not, then do we what? With patience, wait for it. Who are you going to trust in? Who is your hope is in? Let me show you this in Job. Let me show you something in good old Job. Job 31. Job 31, 24. He said, I made gold my hope. Or have said to the fine gold, thou art my confidence. Let me show you this in Hebrews. Begin to wind down. Wind down. Hebrews 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the substance. Ooh. Faith is the substance. And the evidence of things not seen. Skin for skin. Is your hope in worldly, material things? Or through the tests and the trials when you come out as that pure gold? Skin for skin is the only proven way. This is Elder T in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'll just say thank you all for your time. And enjoy the rest of your night. And shalom.